skin will all be a little shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna start us out with just taking a minute to kind of ground ourselves, calm ourselves from the day. So feel free to close your eyes. We're gonna start with our hands on our heart. And I just want you to close your eyes. And we're gonna start with our breath. So we're gonna inhale for a count of 4 deeply through your nose, feeling the belly expand. And exhale slowly. Try to make your exhale longer than your inhale. So it's gonna be in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then out nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue to breathe. Go at your pace. You can count in your head to start out with, kind of find your rhythm. Now I want you to bring your attention to your shoulders. And feel if maybe they're creeping up towards your ears. You can start to roll them up and down your back. Feeling any tension from the day just start to melt away. And then roll them the other way. Letting those inhales and exhales start to deepen. Feeling your belly rise and fall. And then just relax your shoulders down and bring your attention to your neck. Does it feel loose and open? Does it feel tight? You can start to just gently move your ear towards your shoulder on the right and over to the left. You start to move however feels comfortable to you. Continue working with that breath. Deep breath. As you breathe, you're really toning your vagus nerve. Helps calm your nervous system. You can start to roll the chin down towards the chest. And just make little circles in one direction. Feeling the neck start to loosen up, loosening up all those muscles. Go in the other direction. Releasing that tension. Bring the chin back to center and bring your attention to your face. Soften your jaw. Let your tongue just relax in your mouth. Maybe just the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Feel the area around your eyes and between your brow. And as you take your next inhale, try to just breathe deep and then exhale and let all the tension go. And on the next inhale, try to pull your breath into your upper back. Feel your chest and your back expand. And then exhale and let it just melt. One more deep inhale like this. Filling your belly as far as you can. And just holding it for a moment at the top. And take one more sip of air. And then just exhale it all out. Bring your hands to your lap, wherever it's comfortable, flutter your eyes open. And we're gonna start to work on our face. So we're gonna use the little pads by our thumbs, and we're just gonna start with a little massage. So you start at your chin, and you don't need a lot of pressure when you're working with the face. You don't wanna be pulling too hard, but just whatever feels comfortable to you. Come up towards the cheekbones. Around the cheeks. Right now we're working to bring blood flow into the face. Come up towards your temples. And across the forehead until your thumbs meet in the center. And we're going to repeat. Come back down to the chin. If there's an area that feels particularly tight to you, feel free to spend a little extra time there. And maybe you notice some tenderness around your jaw, and you want to work a little deeper into that area. You come up the nasolabial lines, around your mouth. You might find it feels really good massaging your temples. A natural acupressure point can be really soothing and calming. And then come up to the forehead, all the way across until the thumbs meet in the middle. And then we're going to activate our lymphatic system a little bit before we really work into the face so that we can just wake it up. So you're going to separate your fingers, and you're just going to start to gently go from behind your ears. This is a really feather-light touch here. So your lymphatic system is just right under the skin. If you push too hard, you actually end up kind of bypassing it, and then you miss all the goodness of this really light massage. Come all the way down towards the collarbone. Sometimes when you do this, you feel like you need to swallow. If you've got a little bit of allergies, you might feel some things start to drain. You might need to clear your throat. This is just going to help us to flush all of the fluid buildup, toxins from our face that we're going to be releasing with our massage work. We're just waking up the lymphatic system so it can help to kind of pull all of that out. And then we're going to stop at the collarbone. And you're just going to pump right here. That little pulsing. And make sure that you continue with your breath as we go through the class today. So a lot of times we don't realize how much we hold our breath during the day. So this is a good way to practice just tapping into, are we breathing, and are we breathing deeply? And just hold your fingertips on this next one, and we're going to gently lift our chin towards the ceiling. Just go to whatever point is comfortable for you, so you don't have to overstretch here. And just feel the stretch down the front of your neck. And this is such a great, simple move that you can do throughout the day to release those neck muscles. And it will help to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It will help with toning in your neck. Gently bring your chin down. We're going to look up one more time here. And if you like to enhance the stretch, you can just pout your body look up a little bit. And feel it increase the stretch. I find that feels really good in my jaw. Release the front of my neck. And relax it back down. Okay, we're going to go through the whole face now. So this is kind of a sample full facial routine, but so you know, when it comes to face yoga, the benefits really come from consistency. So what I like to teach my clients is to pick a couple of exercises after we go through them all that maybe feel good to you or that focus on areas that you would like to work on, whether it's for health benefits like releasing tension, or if you have some fine lines that bother you that you'd like to prevent getting any deeper or help to soften. And you want to practice each move for about 1 minute. That's sufficient. So you can really do a full face routine in 5 minutes a day. It's something you could add on to your bedtime routine when you wash your face. It's something you could do in the morning after you brush your teeth. If you habit stack it, you're a lot more likely to stick with it. But I'll also point out to you, as we're doing a lot of these, how you can incorporate them into your day and get all of your face yoga done without ever consciously sitting down to practice face yoga. So we're going to start with our forehead. We're going to take 2 fingers and we're just going to start to massage in little circles all around the forehead. And so we're doing a couple of things with this move. Number 1, we're going to continue to breathe while we do it. We're really stimulating circulation and blood flow. We're also stimulating collagen and elastin by kind of pressing into that deeper layer of the skin. This will help to relax the forehead muscles. So some of the muscles in our face we really need to exercise because they don't get used and they start to atrophy as we age. And some, like the forehead, get overused. So massaging the forehead is helping with all of those I looked at my kid like he was crazy 17 times today lines, all of those stress lines from staring at screens and wearing out your eyes. And then we're going to take all of our fingers, and we're going to start in the middle. I'm just going to slowly pull and lift off. So you don't have to hug, but it's more like a massage. You're kind of separating the muscle. And this really helps dramatically with fine lines. So I find that if I've been, looking at my screen or doing something where I'm kind of looking up a lot and my forehead has been creased, I can do this and it will soften those lines almost immediately. So you can get an instant benefit from this, but the more that you practice it, the more you'll find that those lines start to fade and you'll prevent new lines from developing. And if it feels better to you, you can also make a fist and you can use the pads of your knuckles here, and you can try that with your knuckles and see how that feels for you. Some people like the deeper massage and some people prefer the lighter touch of their fingers. We're just going to do about 10 more. And then we're going to move to that space between the eyebrows next, where we can get those 11 lines or those bunny lines, that procerus muscle. I find that's the one that holds the most tension for most people. So we're going to start by just waking it up. We're going to use the base of our thumb and just do a little flick up. And some of the face yoga moves, you feel real weird doing them. Wait till we get to some of the mouth exercises. My kids are like, what in the world are you doing, Mom? I'm like, I'm softening all the wrinkles you gave me, son. That's what I'm doing. But this just helps to kind of relax that muscle. This also happens to be a really good acupressure point for relaxation and for reducing stress. And if your arm starts to get tired, which is pretty common when you're practicing face yoga, just switch hands, shake that arm out. And then we're going to make a hook with our finger and use the pad, and you're just going to smooth it out. Depending on the size of your finger, I have really short fingers, so it's better for me to use this part so I can cover more area. You can close your eyes while you do this. You can keep them open and focus on your breath. But definitely remember to breathe. When you start to work on your own practice, I find it's really beneficial to give yourself little affirmations that you can think about while you're working on different areas of your face. So it's really easy as women to look in the mirror and to be practicing your face yoga and to think about all the things that you want to change or to think negatively about what you're looking at. And that doesn't really serve the relaxation. It doesn't serve the nervous system or the self-care, the self-love. So just thinking like, I get to be a mom and I get to raise these kids who make me furrow my brow, or I get to be a business owner and I'm grateful for all these lines and what they mean in my life. Smile lines, all the times that I've smiled, I embrace them, and you don't have to accept them or want to keep them, but you can think positive thoughts about them. We're going to move on to our eyebrows next, and you're just going to use either your finger and your thumb or two fingers and your thumb. You're going to squeeze and sort of pull apart a little bit, a little separation, and then lift off, and then you just kind of move down the brow line. So this one is really great for releasing tension in the head. It's really great for actually lifting the brow area, so it can help with hooded eyes. When the eyelids start to kind of get heavy and droop down. And this one I don't usually practice for a minute. I usually just do about 3 or 4 times across. One more. And now we're going to take our first 2 fingers and we're going to start in between the eyes. We're going to smooth and stop just past, just to the edge of your eye. And now you're going to try to open your eyes and look with big eyes straight ahead. Good. And see if you're using your fingers to really keep the forehead relaxed so that you don't create wrinkles. So when you practice at home, it helps to have a mirror. You can just reset. So you smooth, you widen your eyes without creasing your forehead, and you hold for about 2 breaths. Again, this is really good for opening the eyes. It's good for hooded eyes, and it's good for making your eyes bigger and wider and more bright. So next we're going to use our ring finger, and we're going to work around the eyes, just making circles up above the eyebrow, down to about the cheekbone. And as you make these circles, you want to use a feather light touch, which is why I like to use the ring finger, because it's a little awkward, which makes it a little more difficult for you to hold the skin and overpress. And it might actually not feel like you're doing anything here, and that's okay, because what we're actually working on right now is simply lymphatic drainage. So if you have dark circles, if you get puffiness under your eyes, this will really help stimulate that lymphatic drainage. It will help to brighten the eyes, it helps to increase the circulation. And now we're going to go a little smaller. So you're going to go under the eyebrow and just keep tracing that light circle. Try not to pull your skin, because that skin under your eyes is about 10 times thinner than the rest of your skin. So you really want to be super gentle with it. We're going to stop right at the tear duct. In this area right on the side of the nose. You can use your first fingers if you'd like. Close your eyes and just press into this point. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And you can circle in one direction 3 or 4 times. And then circle in the other direction 3 or 4 times. So we've done a lot of massage work to relax the forehead and lift the brows, and we've stimulated the lymphatic system. Now we're actually going to do some exercises. So the eye area gets so tired and so heavy, especially because of the amount of time that we spend on screens these days. So what we're going to do is we're really going to work to exercise our eye muscles, and this is going to help reduce fine lines and wrinkles. The hollows that we can sometimes get in the tear trough area, this will help to actually boost the muscle. So it will sort of fill that in, and it will make help the eyes to be more wide and open. So we're gonna make C's. You're gonna start with your first finger above your eyebrow, and just let your thumb kind of land wherever it lands naturally. And we're gonna open the eyes for 10 seconds. And try not to wrinkle your forehead. You guys are all doing great. Everyone's forehead's nice and soft. And then you'll just relax for a second, and we're going to repeat it 2 more times. So you're just looking straight ahead, big, wide eyes. And you might feel your muscle under your finger kind of working. Relax it down. We'll do that 1 more time. So that top finger is just giving you a little bit of resistance to open against, and that's what's helping to exercise that muscle. Good, and relax it down. The next is called the V. So you make V's with your 2 fingers, and your first finger goes to the corner of the eye, just on the outside, and then that middle finger comes right to the center of your nose. And just light pressure, what you're gonna do is you're gonna look up, and then you're gonna flutter your eyes closed. So not all the way closed, but just kind of try to look up with your eyes and then try to bring your eyelids down. And what you're working to feel is this tiny tremble of the muscle under your fingers. And if you don't feel it right now, that's okay. But the act of trying to find it is actually going to work those eye muscles. So it's that mind-muscle connection. And you can just take a little break, and then we're going to repeat that again. This is one of the best full eye exercises for all of the benefits of hydrating the eyes, strengthening the muscles, filling them in, reducing fine lines and wrinkles. So this is one that I think you get a lot of bang for your buck, and I practice this one for 1 minute every single day. Just relaxing down. And then the last one that we're going to do for the eyes is called Shifty Eyes. And this one I really recommend incorporating into your day if you work at a computer or if you're on your phone a lot. But this is something that you can just take a 1 minute break, stop looking at the screen, and this will stimulate hydration in the eyes, and it will really work the muscles to kind of open those eyes back up. So I always hold my forehead still because when I do this, I tend to create wrinkles and we don't want to make creases. You're gonna look up to the ceiling and then down to the floor, and then back to center, and then up, and center, and down, and center. Up, center, down, center. One more time like this. Up, center, down, center. And now we're going to go right and left. So you're going to look out, moving your head. Look as far to the right as you can. Look back to the center. And then over to the left. And back to the center. So you're keeping your chin level as you look right and center. Left and center. One more time to each side. Right, center, left, center. Did anyone feel any strain when you try to look all the way around? I really feel my eye muscles exercising, and I spend a lot of time on a computer. So that's a great one to really help open up the eyes, and it will just sort of refresh you if you're on the computer all day. So we're gonna get into some funny ones now. These are actually fun. If you've got little kids, you can do these with them and they think it's hilarious. So the first one we're gonna do is called puffer fish. And we're going to fill our cheeks with air. And then if you're older, like me, you will get wrinkles around your mouth when you do this. So we're gonna go like this. You see, I get wrinkles. So I'm gonna use 3 fingers and I'm gonna smooth those out. And then you're just going to push the air from left to right. So kind of like if you were swishing with mouthwash, except you're just using air. And keep breathing. This is one where people forget to breathe and they hold their breath. So breathe through your nose. You can take a break if you need to, and then come back. And this is great for working the cheek muscles. This will actually help to lift the cheeks, sort of like a natural cheek filler. People pay a lot of money to get fuller looking cheeks, and you can plump up your own muscles doing this exercise. Let's do 10 more. Okay, then we're gonna do another variation of that. So we're gonna puff the cheeks back up and we're just going to tap. So it looks like this. And so you want to tap all over the cheek. If you have a particular area like your jaw where you hold a lot of tension, focus on the jaw. If you have nasolabial lines and you want to really work on those, tap there. And then switch sides. Good. And we're going to do a little bit of pinching on our cheeks. So when we pinch in face yoga, it's more of a press in and like a little flick or lift off. So what we're trying to do is stimulate circulation and blood flow. This is going to help to relax the muscles. It's also going to help to stimulate collagen and elastin. So I don't know, when I was little, my mom used to tell me instead of wearing blush to pinch my cheeks. And this is what we really were meant to be doing, but I pinched them, in a painful way and made them all red. But you will see your cheeks start to get sort of pinkish because you're driving a lot of blood flow to the area. And that's one of the things that really can help with bringing nutrients to your skin and helping with cell turnover and regeneration. And we don't exercise our facial muscles, so when we can drive blood flow to the area, we can actually help to nourish the skin and improve our elasticity, improve, that glowiness, our coloring. Okay. All right, stop. How's everyone's face feel so far? Take your arms out for a minute. When I first started practicing, I always had to shake my arms out because they would get so tired. We're gonna move on to our mouth. So the first one we're gonna do is called a smile smoother. And what you're gonna do is kind of make an O with your mouth and gently wrap your lips around your teeth. So kind of like this. And then you're gonna lift the corners of your mouth. You're gonna go O, smile, O, smile. So it looks like this. And really try to pull the corners of the mouth up. Now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to bring our first finger to our chin, and we're going to open and close our mouth. So it's going to look like this. You're going to wrap your lips around your teeth, smile, and go. One more. Just go back as far as feels comfortable. And I always feel I can hear my fascia clicking because of my TMJ when I do that. So only open your mouth as far as feels comfortable. But does anyone getting jaw clicking? We're gonna work on our jaw next. So that's showing that we have some probably misalignments and some tension that we're holding in our jaw. So again, face yoga really helps you kind of learn areas. You'll notice where your tension is at and you can focus on those areas more. So we're gonna do one more thing, or a couple more things with our mouth before we move on to the jaw. We're gonna go back to wrapping the lips and smiling, but this time with our mouth closed. So, and then you're gonna use your fingers to smooth the lines that are created, and you're gonna hold it for 10 seconds and repeat it 3 times. Good, then you're just gonna repeat that. And one more time. Good. That's one of my clients' favorites, and so many of the women that have been practicing this with me regularly say that they feel like they had sort of a sad face all the time, like resting sad face, even though they weren't sad. And those muscles, when they don't get worked, they just naturally start to break down a little bit, and it can make you look really unhappy. So when you start to work those muscles, your relaxed face will look more joyful naturally. So that's just a really nice one. We're gonna move on to our jaw next. And so we're going to start by just kind of warming it up. You're going to make a V with your fingers. So it kind of goes like this. And you're just going to smooth from one side to the next. And I turn my head as I do it. That's like a nice massage of the jaw. You're actually kind of massaging those lymph nodes as you do it. This one, and pretty much all of the jaw exercises that I'm going to show you not only help with things like TMJ and stress in the jaw, but they help with the appearance of a double chin. If it's like saggy skin, they help with jowls. They also help with fine lines and wrinkles across the front of the neck. Close your eyes here and do a couple of deep breaths for yourself. take 2 fingers and thumbs, and we're gonna do kind of like we did on our cheeks. You're gonna press in and lift off. You're gonna work your way up your jaw, all the way towards your ears. And so really try to sort of push deep into the skin and then release. So almost like a flick off, so that you don't pull on your skin, but you push into that muscle. It's when you push into it and release, you're helping it to relax. And do one more round up the jaw. Good. Then we're going to take our thumbs and we're just going to massage underneath the jawline, starting from the chin and ending at the ears. This is where a lot of times, just depending on your genetics, you might carry extra fat in this area. Your body might hold fluid in this area, and that's what can kind of create that jowly appearance. So when we massage it, we can help to drain fluid, can help to just kind of tone the area. And then we're going to work that same exercise that we did at the very beginning. It's called giraffe neck. So you're going to put your fingertips on your collarbone. You're going to lift your chin towards the ceiling. You're just going to gently stick out your bottom lip. And you're going to breathe and hold. And bring your chin down the center. And do that one more time. Your fingertips and just kind of tap all over your neck, up your chin, and around your mouth, across the cheeks, the forehead, just kind of tapping all over. Good. And we're going to do one more little set of exercises. These are more for your scalp. And a lot of times we don't realize that the scalp is somewhere that we can hold a lot of tension, and that tension pulls on our face. It can create headaches. Has anybody ever worn their hair in like a heavy bun or ponytail and then had a really bad headache after? So we don't normally do much to stretch our scalp. So we're going to start with a massage. So just kind of get your fingers in your hair, really massage the whole head, down to the back of the neck, around the ears. We learn to exercise our bodies and all the benefits that that has, and to stretch our muscles, but most of us haven't learned to apply the same philosophies to the muscles in our face, neck, and head. And our face can benefit so much from those, not just aesthetically, but also from a health perspective. And then you're going to take your hair sort of like a fist, like basically you're pulling your hair right at the crown. You're just going to kind of rock it back and forth. Just a little pull back and forth. And that's going to help to release any tension in your scalp. If it feels good, you can make little circles, or you can just rock it back and forth. And then you're going to do the same thing at the base of your neck. So kind of grab the hair, and if you hold it nice and close, it shouldn't hurt. It should just allow you to get some movement in that skin and in that fascia back. One more time, massage around your head. then just close your eyes, bring your hands back to your heart. And as we take a few deep breaths to sort of close out this self-care time, I want you to just repeat to yourself 3 times. I am calm. I am healthy. I am enough. And if anyone has any specific problem areas of your face that you feel like you'd like to work on, any other things that you want me to show you, I'm happy to demonstrate other exercises. That was just sort of a sampling of massage and exercises that you can do that works through the whole face. One of the most popular videos on my YouTube page is the eye exercise, and I also have a lip plumping one. Do you guys want to see the lip plumping? Okay. So I have so many women who come to me and they're like, I'm going to get lip filler, but I feel like maybe I should try the face yoga first. And this is what I always tell them. Your natural fullness that you were born with, you can bring that fullness back to your lips if it started to, if they started to wrinkle, if they started to thin out as you age. And you can bring even a little more volume to them. So it depends on what level of volume you're looking for. This can definitely plump. It's great for a night out also, like if you're gonna get out the lip liner and the red lipstick and you really want to bring a little volume, this will help. So you can also use the gua sha for this. So if you use the gua sha, you would basically be going right along where the lip meets the skin. And you would start in the corner and come to the center, and you would kind of massage like this. But if you're using your finger, it works a little better to flick. So you just go all the way around your mouth, and then down at the bottom. Taking pictures of our lips first. Then you kind of wrap your lips around your teeth like we did earlier, and you massage right where the lip meets the skin. So that's where we're really trying to stimulate the blood flow. So you do it a couple times, going in one direction, and then switch and go the other way. Do one more. So you're going to use your pincher fingers, and you're going to stick your lips out and grab them, and you're going to just do one finger at a time, so it looks like, and kind of go all the way across. And then you get kind of right in the center, and you gently pull in and separate. And hold for 10 seconds. And then repeat it 2 more times. Those are 3 really good ones for plump lips. It works best if you have a little bit of chapstick on or something. Any questions about face yoga?
The question
Oh yes. Yeah, I will use like my hand, and I'll show you guys some examples. I should have brought my gua sha soap, I didn't think of it. So when I do gua sha, my routine is basically I start with the lymphatic like we did, and I use the long edge, and I just kind of gently stimulate the lymph on both sides. And then I take, can I open it? I can show you guys. I won't use it on my face, that way, you know, whoever's gonna win it, but I want to show you. That's true. So I use this part, and I go from here, and I do across the jaw, and I go in both directions. And then this little part here, I do the nasolabial lines. So there's a lot of moves that you can do for that area. So you just kind of start at the bottom line and go up to the edge of the nose. You can also do around your lips like I showed you. And I take the long part, and we actually have a lot of little lymph nodes in here. So I go from the nose up, and I go across my whole cheek multiple times there. And then for the eye, I like to use the bigger flat part because, again, you want to be really gentle. So I start here and just kind of follow that natural curve. And so that's sort of like when we did the lymphatic drainage for the eye area earlier. Then for the little bunny lines and things here, you can just take and just kind of scrape down your nose up and down. And then I use, again, this part, and I'll start at the edge of my eyebrow and I trace that eyebrow muscle. And then the flat part, I start in the center and I go up and just go to the hairline, both sides. And then to finish, I'll kind of start, I'll go across my forehead, down, and just basically like draining. So that's your finisher. All the way down on both sides. So usually I'll do the left side of my face and then the right side of my face. If you do that in the morning when you wake up, I like to do lymphatic massage in the morning when I wake up, and I like to do my face yoga before I go to bed at night. So that's how I combine it into my morning and evening routine. Because after you sleep, your face is holding usually a lot of fluid from laying down. So that will help, and you're going to stimulate so much blood flow and get all the nutrients going, bring color to your face. So I'll do the left side, and then I can see a difference in my face when I do one side before I do the next side. And then in the evening before bed, I usually do my face yoga in bed. Like I wash my face, put on my moisturizer, get ready for bed, and then I do my face yoga. And it's just great, that breathing right before bed and that relaxation, which just really helps me unwind and helps me sleep. I personally don't incorporate it regularly into my routine right now, but I do think that it's a good tool. I use the gua sha more. I find it kind of just depends on your personal preference, and it depends on your goals. The face roller, I mean, you can chill it and it feels really lovely if you have inflammation in your face. It's really good for your skin. It's good. But I feel like you just get more bang for your buck with the gua sha and the face yoga than I do with the roller. So they're all good, but I think one area where I see people struggle is when we get like excited about it and we want to do all the things, but it's hard to incorporate it all. So I always say start with a couple of things that you know you can commit to. Do it consistently, and as you see results, you're going to get excited about your results, and that will encourage you to want to add more. When I started doing face yoga, I was only doing 5 or 6 minutes a day, all focused on my jaw and mouth. And when I started to see those benefits, I started to get curious about what else I could achieve. And now I probably practice for about 10 minutes a day. And if I can do something longer on the weekends, I will. 5 to 6 days a week, and you should see noticeable changes in about 14 days. But I feel like I saw changes in 14 days. Other people noticed changes in about 6 weeks. That's when my family started commenting. So if you want a copy of the video, that way if you want to like pick out certain exercises and you can't remember where was I supposed to put my fingers or how was I supposed to do that, I'll email it out. I think we have some giveaways